So students, let us continue with our chapter. So now let's discuss the following statements. If a statement is right, give an example. If it is wrong, state why. Two acute angles make a pair of complementary angles. So it is a true statement because, for example, if you measure of two angles are 40 degrees and 50 degrees, that is equal to 90 degrees. Therefore, these are complements of each other. So it is a true statement. Second statement, two acute angles can form a pair of supplementary angles. Okay, so this is a false statement because measure of supplementary angles is equal to 180 degrees. The sum of the measures of two acute angles is 90 degrees, which is less than 180 degrees. Third one, two right angles can make a pair of complementary angles. It is a false statement because sum of the measures of a right angle is 90 degrees. Sum of the measures of two right angles is 180, right? And the sum of the measure of a complementary angle is 90 degrees. So which is less than 180 degrees. Therefore, it is a false statement. So two right angles cannot be the complements of each other. Next, two right angles can be supplements of each other. So two right angles can form a pair of supplementary angles. Again, it is a true statement because each right angle equal to 90 degrees. Sum of both the right angles together is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, it's a true statement. Next, an acute angle and an obtuse angle. So one acute angle and one obtuse angle can make a pair of complementary angles. Now, this is a false statement because sum of an obtuse and an acute angle is greater than 90 degrees. Okay, it is greater than 90 degrees, so it is a false statement. Now, one acute angle and one obtuse angle can form a pair of supplementary angles. It is a true statement because, for example, if you take measure angle A equal to 30 degrees acute angle, measure angle B equal to 150 degrees obtuse angle, add both of them, 30 plus 150 is 180 degrees. So these both together form a pair of supplementary angles. So it is a true statement. So I hope you have followed this different statements. Now let us learn the concept of opposite rays. Now what do you mean by opposite rays? Now look at this figure given here. Now here we can see that name the rays in the figure alongside. So ray BA and ray BC are the two rays here. Name the origin of the rays. So point B is the origin of the rays. Name the angle in the figure. Angle ABC or angle CBA. So two ways you can name it. Next, look at this figure here. Name the angle in the figure. So angle CBA because it's this side like this. Name the rays whose origin is point B. So ray BA and ray BC. In the figure 1, ray BC and ray BA meet to form an obtuse angle, while in figure 2, ray BC and BA meet together to form a straight angle. Okay, to form a straight angle, we get a straight line. Here ray BC and BA are opposite rays. So now I know that two rays which have a common origin and form a straight line are said to be opposite rays. So write this definition and draw this figure. Okay, now let's go to practice set 18. Name the pairs of the opposite rays in the figure alongside. So let's see here, ray PT and ray PN are one pair of opposite sides. Next is PL and PM is the second pair. Now, are the rays PM and PT, PM and PT opposite rays? So no, they are not opposite rays. Why? Because here this is the reason. two rays which have a common origin form a straight line are said to be opposite rays. They do not form a straight line. Origin is there, but they do not form a straight line. So that's the reason. Now, let us go to a new concept, angles in a linear pair. Now look at this figure given here. Write the names of the angles in the figure alongside. Angle PQR and angle RQS or angle SQR. What type of pair of angles is this? This is adjacent angles because the interiors are separate, and also it is supplementary because sum of the measures is 180 degrees. Now, which arms of the angles are not on the common arms? So, ray QP and ray QS are not on the common arms. Now, if you measure these angles, measure angle PQR is 125 degrees. Measure angle RQS is equal to 55 degrees. So, measure angle PQR plus measure angle RQS is equal to 180 degrees. So, therefore, the angles PQR and angle RQS in the figure above are adjacent angles and are also supplementary angles. The arms that are not common to both the angles form a pair of opposite rays. Therefore, these arms form a straight line. So, we say that these angles form a linear pair. The sum of the measures of the angles in a linear pair is 180 degrees. So, you will draw this diagram and you will write this definition, this also, and this one. Now, I know angles which have a common arm and whose arms form a straight line are said to be angles in a linear pair. Angles in a linear pair are supplementary angles. So, draw this angle and write this definition. Now, here an activity is given to you. Use straws or sticks to make all kinds of angles that you have learnt about. So, now let me show you here the different types of angles what we have learnt. Okay, so let's make them. I'll show you here. Fine. Now, suppose let's make an acute angle. So, if I hold this one here and this one here like this, so this forms an acute angle. Yeah, it forms an acute angle. Second is obtuse. So, let me make an obtuse angle here. Okay, so this is an obtuse angle. Let's make a right angle. So, here if you put it like this straight, you can see it is a right angle. Similarly, a straight angle, I'll show it this way because here it's not fitting properly. Let me show it to you like this. This is a straight angle. Yeah, it's a straight angle, you can say. Yeah, they are moving a little bit, but you know it's a straight angle. Then adjacent angles. So if I put it like this, if I keep like this and I keep another straw here as a common arm, so these are adjacent angles. Yeah, so these are adjacent angles. Now it is also complementary angles because the next type is complementary angles because both the sum of both these angles together is 90 degrees. Then supplementary angles, I'll make this here like this. Shall I make it like this here? Yeah, let me make it here like this. So I can call this as supplementary angles also, and let's keep it straight like this. You can use your pencils also here. This is flying or moving a little bit. So you can see these are supplementary angles and also angles in a linear pair. Yeah, angles in a linear pair, 180 degrees. Yes. Now we can also learn a new type of angle called as vertically opposite angles. I'm going to teach you just now, but I'll show you how it is. Here, if you put it like a cross or a plus sign, these angles in between this angle and this angle is called as vertically opposite angle. This angle and this angle is also called as vertically opposite angles. So you can use your pencils, you can use your pens, sticks, matchbox sticks, anything you can use and make these different types of angles. Okay. Now let us go to practice set 19. We will learn about how to draw the different pairs of angles below. If that is not possible, say why. So let's draw them. Let me take a paper here. So the first type here, the first type is, I hope you can see it, all of you. Yeah. The first type is complementary angles which are not adjacent. Okay. So let us draw two complementary angles which are not adjacent. So we know that the sum of the measures of two complementary angles is 90 degrees. So let me draw here. Here. So let's take, suppose, 50 degrees here. Okay. So here, I'll draw here. So if one angle is 50 degrees, the complement of that will be 40 degrees. So let's label this as A, B and C. Yeah. So another angle of 40 degrees we will draw. So 40 degrees here. Yeah. Let's label it as P, Q and R. Okay. Now, next one is angles in a linear pair which are not supplementary. Now, it is not possible to draw this figure because always we know that angles in a linear pair are always supplementary. Right? Got it? So, not possible to draw here. Now, the third one is supplementary angles which are not angles in a linear pair. So, we have to draw, see, linear pair is a straight angle, you know that. It's a straight angle and two angles here. But here we have to draw which are not in a linear pair. So let's draw two angles here. One obtuse and one will be acute angle we can draw. Okay. So let's draw this here. Let's see, it's about 110 degrees. So we'll draw here. 110 degrees angle we'll draw. Supplementary means 180. So 180 minus 110 is 70 degrees. So we will draw another angle here, 70 degrees. Let me label this as LMN. Another angle of 70 degrees. Let me draw here. Yeah, so this is 70 degrees. So this is the required figure. Okay, let us label as X, Y and Z. Now, the next one figure is adjacent angles which are not in a linear pair. Okay, so we have to not draw a linear pair, adjacent angles. Any adjacent angles you can draw. So let us see. So we'll just draw here. Okay. Not a linear pair means less than 180. So you can take any measure. Let's say, let's take 120 degrees. 120 degrees and we will draw this straight line here. Yeah, this angle is 120. And any other, you can just bisect it or you can just draw a common arm. So here, these are adjacent angles which are not in a linear pair. P, Q, R and S. So this is the required figure, right? Now, next one is angles which are neither complementary nor adjacent. So complementary means 90 degrees, and which are not adjacent also. Which are not adjacent means like this. They should not be next to each other like how we have drawn the previous one. So which are neither complementary. So let us take one angle as 80 degrees and one angle more than 30 or 40 degrees, we'll say. It should not be complementary, right? So you can take any measure, let's say. Let's say 80 degrees we'll take. Let's take 80 degrees. Let's take here 80 degrees. Let's keep it here and measure. Let's say 80 degrees here. $80 and another one, let's take 40 degrees approximately. So they are not complementary and also they are not adjacent. Okay, let's say 40 degrees. So remember that they should not be complementary and also adjacent. This is 40 degrees. Okay, followed? Now, let us go to the last one as angles in a linear pair which are complementary angles. So here, it is not possible to draw this diagram or this figure because always we know that angles in a linear pair are always supplementary. So you will draw these figures in your classwork book and also solve these exercises. Plus, let's discuss this also. You will write it. So I hope you have followed this different concepts here. Thank you.